Our contributions as African Americans have been lost, stolen, or strayed.
It's important to recognize our history, and it's important for our people to understand that we were very much a part of the fabric and creation of what Memphis is today.
The history is in the South Memphis district, the downtown area, the North Memphis area. This is where the history was made here in Memphis.
It's not just important, it's absolutely vital that this city dedicates a part of itself to immortalizing what African Americans have done in Memphis.
Memphis is known worldwide for playing a significant role in history as the city where Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was fatally wounded. It is also known for its music. You can also think about how the world has changed because of FedEx. Memphis is steeped in history, specifically African American history. People visit the city to tour the National Civil Rights Museum, Stax Museum of Music, and to take the heritage tours. There's a 20-block radius that is tied to the birth and rebirth of Memphis. It is the epicenter of African American history. The area includes Claiborne Temple AME Church, Robert Church Park, Beale Street, the Universal Life Insurance Building, and Tri-State Bank, just to name a few locations.
I think it's critical that we really focus on this area, this precious zone at this time, because we're in the midst of so much renovating, rebuilding in this zone, as I would call it, that if we're not careful in our progress, we will overlook and build over and tear down some of the essential components of the great history that's in this particular geographic area.
This area is known as Memphis Heritage Trail. It has been 5 years in the making and has a rich culture that spans 3 centuries. The area is bordered by Beale Street to the north, Main Street on the west, Crump Boulevard on the south, and Manassas Street on the east. The Memphis Heritage Trail project complements the Vance Avenue Collaborative with a keen focus on tourism, economic development, and community sustainability. This area is deeply rooted in African American history. Unique to this area is the number of Black pioneers, entrepreneurs, civic leaders, and business owners who struggled, triumphed, and established themselves within these 20 blocks.
It's hard to single out one person, but the one that I think of who has really been a Renaissance man is Miles Vanderhurst Link. He was a writer, he was a physician. His institution trained all of the Black doctors that we had at the beginning of the 20th century. He was just a force for change in this community.
Robert R. Church, the first African-American millionaire, and his history revealed that he bought the first bonds after the yellow fever to really save Memphis. And it hadn't been for Robert R. Church, in my opinion, a great African-American who financed a lot of things to get Memphis back on its feet, we wouldn't be where we are today.
Ida B. Wells and her crusade against lynches started right here in Memphis, in the Beale Street area.
This is only a small sample of the influential African Americans who helped put Memphis on the map. Can you imagine a place where you could learn more about them and others? Claiborne Temple will be a centerpiece of the redevelopment area. It is the place in Memphis where Dr. King would gather the civil rights activists and Memphis sanitation workers to discuss strategy. Today, it is in a deplorable state, yet we see the possibilities. Envision the historical walking trail, denoting African American accomplishments, with tourists walking or riding the designated route, viewing historical markers, like this monument to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and listening to the recording with corresponding history. We see a sustainable, viable community that has the potential to be another major tourist attraction in Memphis, focused on the African American experience.
There are already a number of assets here in the area. At the heart of this is an effort to create jobs and greater economic development and really raise the quality of life for individuals in our community.
On January 26, 2012, the City of Memphis Housing and Community Development Division hosted an event for the public. They wanted them to see some of the proposed plans for the area and to obtain initial feedback. Over 130 people attended the meeting and offered important feedback to the plans. The next step is to build the best strategy in order to make the plan a reality. We accomplished that through Mayor Wharton and City Council leadership and support of the community. Here are some of our partners in the project. An essential piece is funding the project and ensuring that it will be economically sustainable as a tourist destination. The Housing and Community Development Division is currently looking at funding options and fine-tuning the redevelopment plans. If Memphis Heritage Trail is designated a National Heritage Area by the National Park Service, the area would attract more than 1 million visitor days and add $263 million annually to the local economy, including more than 2,500 jobs and $1.8 million in local tax revenue. To learn more about the project, visit the website at memphisheritagetrail.com or go to our Facebook page, Memphis Heritage Trail.
You know, Idaho has a Black Museum and Cultural Center. Why doesn't Memphis?